The truth is, you see about posing nude, I can actually pose nude for the camera in this world and in the next. If and only if so, as the title suggests, today's video is about taking you into my world, so to speak. And some questions I'll be answering here are questions I've never really spoken about, or I've never really answered, you know, so to speak. Maybe they have never really come, or I've never really brought them on video in public this way. Yeah, so welcome. The first question is, what's your name? And that's EBELE and Enemchukwu. But then I always get, what does your name mean? So Ebelechukwu is a full name, and Ebelechukwu is God's mercy, or mercy of God. When is your birthday? My birthday is May 26th. Yeah, so the 26th of May is my birthday, May 26th. So I'm a twin baby, Gemini. Do you have an English name? No, I don't have an English name. I have 3 strong Igbo names. Yeah, so Ebele, Ebelechukwu, Chinelo, Enemchukwu. So, and you see, Chi, so God, it's been God all the way. So, Ebelechukwu is God's mercy. Chinelo is God is thinking about me or thinking for me. That's the Chi there. And then Enemchukwu, like I look up to God, I'm looking up to God. And before that, it was Eze. Eze is like king, your royalty. See what I mean? So, I don't have an English name, all Igbo names. Then I have, what is your favorite quote? My favorite quote is, excellence is not a destination, it's a journey. And I remember that every day. It drives me every day. But when I was younger, and this was one I learned from my mom and always used to help me, it was, hard work never hurts, rather it pays. So this one says, where did you meet your husband? Well, let me calm down. This one has reached to calm down. See, So this is how I met him. Okay, first we met at the Catholic Church of the Assumption, Falomo, Ikoyi, Lagos. And it was on this particular day with me, I came to church in peace. I sat and there were seats everywhere. But this man from nowhere just came, took seats beside me. I said, waiting concern me. He sat and the distancing was just normal. He sat and, you know, I was there and I was in the Lord, really. And then for Catholics, you know the bulletin that's usually sold. So I didn't have any, I didn't buy. Why didn't I even buy? God. So I didn't have any, but my husband had my my toaster to the man that time had this book, Missal, you know, that contains all the readings of the church, right? So he had it, and so during the reading, so this is me, this is him, and this was him, and this was me. So during the reading, Oga was reading, the next thing he did this. You know, ordinarily, if you're sharing something with someone, it's only natural that you put it in between so that the person can see half and you see half. I mean, it's halfway from both of you. But instead, that's not what my uncle, my darling here did do. Do you know what he did? The book was like this. So instead of this, he did, I said, Bobo. So I was like, oh, thank you so much. I had to appreciate, because indeed I wanted to follow the reading, right? So it was like this throughout. How his hand didn't even hurt throughout that period. Hello. Well, he was this way. And so after church, I mean, after church, I just stepped out, and the next thing, excuse me, hello. I said, hey, hello, Papa, Obia. Hey, Mr. Enemchukwu will kill you. He said, you're telling the world this thing. Do you know how many interviews I've done on this? Relax, let me tell them. There's nothing there. A man with vision and mission. Hello. And then I said, hey, yes, come. So how are you? I said, oh, I'm fine, thank you. And then he just asked for my number. And me, the truth is, at that point, I was indebted. I felt indebted already, you see? So I just gave, and which is why growing up, I mean, I don't even know. It's probably even affecting me in business now, because I really don't know how to ask for stuff, you know? So growing up, I had an issue taking things from guys, especially because I just had this fear of, hey, if I take now, I'll now feel like I owe you, or you now have the right to ask me for something, and I'll feel like, of course you now have to do it. So my defense mechanism then was, don't take, I don't want anything. Oh, perfume, oh, this, I don't want to. Down to, it got to a point where people were now this naughty, stubborn girl. They'll just leave things for you, maybe at your office or somewhere anonymously sometimes. Then over time you realize, okay, so this is where it came from. But that's by the way. But I'm just saying that at that point, I said, okay, first of all, he's a brother in the Lord. You know, brother in the Lord, there's a different connection. So I gave him my number, and the rest is history. Here we are, 12 years and counting. And yeah, he's an amazing man. As most of you, for those who know me, he's an amazing man. Super supportive. Some of the things I would have been able to achieve while in marriage would not have been possible if not for him. So he's my rock indeed. He's my rock, and he knows it. So you know that one now. And can I be your PA, ma? My PA, okay. This came from Instagram from Aderomola. So Aderomola, just send your resume, and who knows when there's need for something that fits this role for you, we'll reach you. This one is from buyandselanything.com. Will you pose in this world nude? Will you in this world pose nude for the camera? The truth is, and let me shock you, the truth is, you see about posing nude, I can actually pose nude for the camera in this world and in the next, if and only if my bobo takes the photo. What were you hoping to hear? Can you pose nude in this world? You're asking me. Pose nude how? You know, so, and then if he takes that photo, we must delete it that time. But don't ask me if I've done it before. Don't ask me all that. But that's not even a question, so I won't even go there. So to answer this question, in the context I'm hoping you're talking about, I won't pose nude for the camera. And some will say, oh, don't worry, auntie, you've not seen the right price. When the right price is right. You see this thing about, is it principles or values, right? It doesn't matter the situation. I mean, that's when you know you really mean this thing. That's the true test of that thing you call your values, or that thing you call your principles you live by. It doesn't matter. The situation should not change. The course should remain unshaken at any time. And that's when you really can test it. It's like saying you're a thief. If you don't steal, you don't steal. It doesn't matter the amount that is at stake. If I won't steal 15 naira, I will not steal 50 billion. So you just go by that. If I won't take small bribe, I won't take big one. Right? So it really all depends. I can't do this. Don't worry. If they flash XYZ amount in your face, so while that might be my position, I will not judge anyone who chooses a certain lifestyle. It's different if I'm your mentor and maybe I'm coaching you, or you're a mentee and you're saying, okay, I want to live by your principles or values or things you believe will also help me, considering what you know of me. For example, you have a younger person, then it's different. I can tell you these are my reasons for not engaging in this, and I'm thinking if you want to go my way in this, so you might want not to do this. But at the end of the day, it comes down to choices, and those choices have to be made by each person, really. Okay, so auntie, nude. If you mean stack naked, I don't think so. I don't think so. Okay, so, or no, once I don't think so, it's still shaking. No, I won't actually. What year were you crowned Miss UNN? Okay, first, this is from Abidemi. Abidemi, UNN is University of Nigeria and Nsukka. I was never crowned Miss UNN. I didn't attend University of Nigeria and Nsukka. I attended Abia State University, then the University of Lagos later. So I didn't even compete at the university level. Tons of offers came, but I really didn't compete until NYSC, when I won Miss NYSC. And that's even a story for a totally different day, but I won Miss NYSC. I didn't want to compete, I didn't want to contest, but I did and I won. Thanks, Nigerian breweries. There were quite a number of mouth-watering gifts at the time. So no, I did not win. I won Mrs. Tourism United Nations World. That's after I won Mrs. Nigeria United Nations, right? So it's UN. The UN there is United Nations, not University of Nigeria. Well, thank you. And it's Mrs., not Miss. So most times people also think I won Miss. The title I won was while I was single. No, I won in 2015, right? And then my tenure lasted 2 years, 2015 to 2017. Okay. And can you help promote my business for free? I can you? Not will you, right? Can you? Yes, I can. But even whether will or whether can, I can. But it's easier promoting it for free when it is something. I like to speak firsthand. I like to speak because people are going to rely on my judgment to engage with you. People rely on my recommendation, for example, to do business with you or to buy your product, depending on what it is, right? So yes, I can do that, but I have to. It would be, if it's a service, I don't want to use the word sample because that has been bastardized, where you just give people things for free. Just take them. I like to pay for what I get. I like to earn it has always been me. But if it's something I can engage with, or something I am already sure of, or say, for example, you're my friend and tested and trusted long ago, right? Yeah, it's something I can actually do for free. But in all that, sometimes some people too like to take advantage, undue advantage. I don't like that. I don't like that. So as much as we try to be modest, as much as we try to be, what's the word? We also don't like being taken for granted. And the fact that I'm not telling you, I know you're taking me for granted, is not to say that I don't see it. I see it clearly, but sometimes it's not everything we see we communicate, or we know that there'll be a right time to drop this message, right? So, but yes, I can certainly do that if I have all the information and it's something I'm dead sure of. Yes, why not? Are you in a relationship? I am married. I am very married, 12 years and counting. That is if we're talking white wedding, traditional wedding now. Oh, next month I'm going to be 13 years in this business, and we've been blessed with three adorable children, 2 girls and a boy. And we thank God for that. So yes, I'm in a relationship. Did you study English in school? No, I did not study English in school. I studied microbiology, that's BSc, and then postgraduate MBA. I have a master's in business administration. So BSc from ABSU, MBA from University of Lagos. So I didn't study English at all, even though I am as good as an English teacher, I be tutor, I be student, and I'd attribute that to my dad, my parents, but especially my dad. I remember those days, I look for a word. So I was always very inquisitive. I've always loved the language, actually. I think that's it. So I would always go to my dad. Now, please, what's the meaning of XYZ? You know, say, Ebelechukwu, did I buy you a dictionary or not? I've told you people, always read newspapers. Read. It improves your vocabulary. It gives you a wide range of... Hey, I say, uncle, it's just one question I asked. Okay, did I just call my dad uncle? He's going to see this video and say, Ebelechukwu, I saw your video. Nice video. He's calling me. Hold on. I'm doing a video, okay? I'm doing a video. So, sorry, let me just answer this. Auntie, I'm doing a video, please. I'll call you back. Did I just do that? I just had to, come on. I'm letting you into my space. So this is what I do. So there's no point, and I'm not going to edit this one. No, it's going to be here. You're going to see it. So, where was I? Did you study? So no, I didn't study English, but my dad is an English lover. I believe that's where I got it from. What do you do for work? I believe we've covered that bit, but just to run down quickly. Every day, what gives you everyday income is makeup artistry. I'm a makeup artist. And yes, so if you want anything, you see this face, it reeks of class, right? It reeks of clean, it reeks of royalty. And this is what I even did for myself. So imagine when I now do it for you. Imagine when there's going to be a reward for it. So honey, I got you, okay? So bring it on. Big events, small events, your bridals, God knows what. Is this a feature or what? But you asked, what do I do? So that's what I do. There's a makeup angle to what I do, my everyday job. Then other parts of my business include training. I'm a trainer for soft skills, but for some people they'll just say, okay, we know you with customer service or customer care. So yes, I have a background in customer service, spanning 14 years and counting. So yes, I do trainings as well for big organizations, medium organizations, small organizations. Your small team, yes, I got you covered for customer service. Okay, and it's poor in a lot of places right now, down to the skies, aviation. In fact, I want to even do that on free for some people in the sky. Chai, dear Lord. Okay, so that's another angle to what I do. Then I may compare. Most times when I say event host, people mix that up. They think I actually organize the place, get the chairs, really do the internal, the decoration. No, not that kind of event host. So I may compare. It's easier to just say, I'm an MC. I'm even speaking MC, yeah. So yes. let me know if you want something. Reach me via email. You'll find it there on my page, my about page. Okay, so that's really what I do for work. I hope I've covered it all. Beauty and image consulting. You just want that image. There's something you want to communicate with your person. You want to rebrand. You want to even brand to start with. What to say, what not to say, how to say, what to wear, what not to wear, what this means, what this could be interpreted as, right? So I am that person you want to reach, and I can guide you. It's something we can do. And yeah, tomorrow you become a first lady. Don't just sit there. Oga has become governor, Oga has become president. You cannot just be there. Madam, you have got to take your space. You've got to represent well. Girls, women, you've become a role model overnight, whether you acknowledge that or not. So we can help you portray that image that you should, that is befitting of you in that position. All right, so that's what I do. Beauty and image consulting, makeup artistry, compare, customer service, and the list is endless. I have many talents. In fact, I remember one time a friend once said to me that, Ebele, you have too many competencies, but you gotta be careful, otherwise it'll become a curse. I say, see, this life, there's no curse. But I totally got what he was trying to say. If you're not careful, if you don't focus right, you might be doing so many things and realize they're all adding up to nothing. God forbid. That's not what I'm in this life to do. They will all add up. And you see, when it starts coming, it won't be raining. Now it's raining. We need it to pour. It needs to pour. Amen, somebody. Amen, amen, amen.
Amen.
Well, I love that, girl. It will pour. So that's what it is. You need to focus right. And where am I? What's your favorite color? I would say red for some things, right? But irrespective of color, a lot of times, if it's my outfit, for example, the fit, how it fits on me, which is very important, I can ignore color. Except some colors that I really don't. I don't like brown. I don't know. I just don't like brown for some reason. Meanwhile, my husband loves brown. Or does he even know? He might not even know he loves brown, but he has a lot of browns. So, but I love red. It's only recently I started doing nude on my lips. Before now, pink is only maybe once in a while, but red, I'm a red lady. My nails, you'll always have. I don't want to flash these nails. They're not as happy as I want them to be right now. So, but red, for those that know me, I love red a lot. What do you want for Christmas? Hey. This person asked me and I'm like, are you serious? Now, this was a face-to-face question. And then I said to myself, okay, let me even ask myself that question. What do you want for Christmas? I want plenty of things. But you know what? For 2020, please, somebody should tell my husband to, okay, he always watches the video, so let me quickly tell him here, or tell you people, you never know. My 2020 Christmas would be a go if I get my camera for this YouTube and I get a Mac laptop. If I tell you what I had to do with this Mac matter, hey, I had to. There were some things that were trapped on my iPhone. And you know how annoying iPhone can be, which is what I'm filming with right now. You know how annoying it can be. Not very friendly with other applications, other devices that are not of iOS. I had to tell a friend, I needed some clips badly, and they were in my HP laptop. I'm like, hey, if I tell you what I did, I had to move it into my hard drive, and I had to ask a friend, please, I need that your Mac laptop. The friend had to bring his Mac laptop for me, and I moved. The things we do for YouTube. Come, if that is not enough reason to subscribe now, it's only God that is watching you. It's not me again. Subscribe, Jerry, and support somebody. See, every time they will telling you people. Okay, but beyond the joke, subscribe, because a lot of value is delivered here every Wednesday. And you know, sometimes you don't even know when the value comes to you. You don't even know what it is you're looking for till pam, you just realize, do you know, it was when I was listening, oh, she just gave me an idea now. Oh, this just happened. Down to, Ebele, where'd you get your hair? Ebele, wow, who did your makeup? Ebele, that's value. And then I share contacts of all those people. Oh, where'd you get your hair from? Oh, who did this outfit? I should start doing all these affiliate things. I'm still learning down, but let me go slow, small. You know, so a whole lot of people, when I'm done with, they watch different videos, they want this information, they want this information. That's value. I'm providing something. So if that's not enough reason to subscribe and support your own, I know you'll subscribe. Thank you. Okay, so yeah, that's it. That's what I want for Christmas, really. But beyond everything, I just want a happy Christmas. I want a happy Christmas. I want everyone. I don't want any loss. I don't want any tragedy for anybody. And it will be great. We're going to usher in 2021 with a bang, with a positive bang. Please, there will not be any other form of any corona-like thing. And this corona, see, you and all the delayed everything you brought about this year, you end. See, 2020 is you're dead in this year. It's that simple. So yes, and from here, some people are really mean here. This one says, what are the roles of umunna in family disputes and ecology? Guys, see you. And I'm waiting for the answer on video. I already said I'll give it to you on video. So this one is from Frank M. So for me, umunna, that's, for those who don't know what umunna is, that's like, okay, I hope I'm even correct about the explanation I'm providing now. It's, first of all, Igbo. So it's like the Igbo clan, like the mediators. Okay, let me go straight to the answer. Umunna are... What is your biggest fear? This one is from Michael I. So Michael, before now, my biggest fear used to be sexual abuse, like taken by force, rape, aka rape. That used to be my biggest fear. But over time, it has changed. And as of today, my biggest fear is, I mean, I look at my children and then I just, I just pray against anything that would make that when they have become responsible adults, which is what we're grooming them to be, that I won't be there to say that, God forbid, like God forbid, over and over. So it's part of it's my biggest fear now. Anything that would make it that you won't be part of that future. So it doesn't matter what that thing is, but you see, sometimes as human beings, you just close your eyes and you think and say, hey, God forbid. So that's my biggest God forbid moment, but you cannot feature in a future you cannot picture. I always say that. So I've pictured me as one grandma of life, then great grandma. So anything that will make that future not to happen, I cancel it, I bind it, and it won't happen. And I know God will continue to protect us and keep us, and save us, keep us from all evil. I've watched you, this is from Cheggy Love. I've watched you over time. You achieve your goals seamlessly. How do you do it? Well, it appears seamless because I do, first of all, I don't start anything I'm not sure. I'd rather not do a thing than not do it well. So before I eventually choose I'm gonna do this, and it has to be something I'm sure of, right? So to speak. Now, this is for my own. I have to be sure, okay, you're sure of this thing, you're ready to put in the work, you're ready to put in time, you're ready to put in discipline, you're ready to be committed to this thing, and you are ready to get to the finish line or to the logical end of this thing. So that's why it always appears seamless, because I put in everything. I devote my time, I devote resources if I have to. So I breathe it, I eat it, which is also why sometimes I tell myself, hey, this energy I have, I like to use it for positive, because something tells me, God forbid, if I choose to do negative or become bad, I will be a bad person. Do you know what that means? Like, you're good at your job. So if I choose the good way, I want to keep it there. But if I ever choose to be bad, I think I'll be very, very bad. Whatever that means. So yes, and you too can achieve your, and thank you. I see the compliment there, and thank you. And you too can achieve yours. Just put your mind to it. Passion is a word that has been overused, but yes, passion. Put in all of it. Be committed. Be disciplined. Be serious with it, and yours will be even more seamless. It would seem even more seamless. But don't fool yourself. What people see on the outside is the easy part. The hard work is what happens behind the scenes, right? It's like with my trainings, or you see ladies on the stage competing for a pageant. That's the easy part. The hard work is done. Okay, so that's the glam that you're seeing. The hard work is in the many hours you've spent reading, is in the many hours you've spent researching before giving that killer training or that killer presentation. So it appears seamless when you've put in the work and when you're charged about a particular thing. So what inspires you? The quest for excellence inspires me, actually. That's the truth. I could go on and tell you this person inspires me, or this particular thing inspires me, or life, or the environment. For the work I do, the truth is the quest to be better at it every day, the belief that it can be done better than, that quest to want to outdo my previous record or previous supposedly amazing performance is what drives me every day, and that inspires me, and that's what it is for me. So that came from Ife. What do you do? From Mamu, he says, what do you do to keep your beautiful shape? Lesson for my girl. You're asking for someone, I'll be lesson for your girl. Okay, well, for your girl, Please tell her that to keep your beautiful shape, okay, you didn't ask where did you get it from. That came from God, that came from my mom, who got it from our mom. Okay, wow. So to keep it, as with anything you want to keep, you've got to nurture it, you've got to preserve it, you've got to pay attention to it. Whatever you pay attention to and nurture will grow or will be sustained. So that's really what it is. So how do I do that? Is things, I love junk, not junk now, that's not how to put it, but I eat almost anything. Like, I don't say, oh, I don't eat rice, I don't eat, but I'm careful in what portions I take them. And for every time I do those things, and I know, okay, Bella, you've indulged, you've taken a little too much of chocolate this time, I do double the work in terms of trying to burn the calories. Exercise sometimes doesn't work for some people, depending on body type, or they don't see results as quickly, but I tend to see results when I mean it. Right now, I've even put on weight. My midsection, my arms have always been big. It's the biggest part of my body. So even if I become like these arms, they are the biggest part. So they always give the illusion of big somebody. Do you have a secret talent? I have many talents. But yes, I have this secret talent. But do you know what? This secret talent, I really can't share it here. That's the truth. I'm not joking. It's not something to be shared here. It is secretly secret. Hey, I think one person knows. So it's a secret talent. I can share it, and it's not something I can share with you. But if tomorrow I become maybe like maybe a marriage counselor or therapist, yeah, maybe. But for now, do you have any pet peeves? Are there things that annoy you? Yeah, people who lack character, people who lack integrity, people who your yes is not your yes. I think I touched a bit on this earlier for things that attract me to people. So things that put me off, that take me away from people, would be just be straight. Do you know what I mean? And then for the opposite sex, sometimes I also hate it when men just believe that you know, a woman, just give her money, and this is not anything about being feminist, or it is annoying to me. So it pays to see that there's more that can be offered beyond just give her money, she'll just So that irritates me. So when I see a man, whatever you are, whoever, and you just come with that air of, what will it take? What will it? If I had this level of respect for you, if it was there at all, it's totally on the floor. And if I didn't have at all, you are just, well, let me step on you very well. So that's really, it's small. It's for small people. So that irritates me. Yeah, and then people who don't have value who don't value your time, who don't value your talent, who don't value your intellectual property, that also annoys me. Now, whether male or female, because maybe I've done something for you in the past, you think, I don't know how to break that down completely, but some people take you for granted. And sometimes people say, oh, it's not you that you're always doing modest anti-charity. You know, so sometimes I even try to be wicked in my life, but wickedness doesn't just come. So it's not, why is it not just, I don't know. Sometimes I want to mean, I just want to be mean. It just doesn't work. Okay, so what does your name mean? I believe I answered that already. What camera do you use for YouTube? I don't have a camera yet. God will sow it into my life. So for now, it's my iPhone 8 Plus that I use for filming. Do you have an English name? Nope, no English name. Ebelechukwu, Chinelo, Enemchukwu. Before it was Eze. Difference between EBELE and EBERE? Nothing really. No difference in the meaning, just dialectal differences. This, I believe, Anambra, Enugu. Well, I'm Enugu. I got married to Anambra. So some Anambra people are called EBERE, but Enugu, EBELE. Are there some EBEREs in Enugu? I'm now not so sure. But like I said, same meaning. Ebelechukwu, EBELE. EBELE alone is mercy. The Chukwu in it, Ebelechukwu, that's God's mercy. But same meaning. So EBERE or EBELE. How much do I pay to subscribe to your YouTube channel? Oh, you don't pay anything. Oh, okay. So this one came from somebody who, this was a personal message to me. How much do I pay? You don't pay anything, my darling. Nothing at all. It's free, absolutely free. So subscription, nothing at all. You just click that red button, guys, please. That red button there, just click it, touch it, and touch the bell. What that does is the moment I drop anything, you see it. You see it. You never know which one. No, just drop. This is video 26. We're going to video 100, video 500. So something will click for you at some point. So please subscribe. Thank you. How did you get the scar on your hand? How did you get the scar on your hand? Hey, I don't even know which one. I have plenty scars, so this is one. There are others in different places. As for my hand, I don't even know. My hands now, I said I don't want to flash my nails. They're not very nice now. But my friend, I have a friend that calls my hand bole hand. People have insulted me this life. But hey, bole. You know bole, that plantain that is roasted. So it's roasted and then you have some parts yellow, some parts black. So we say, Ebele, you are bleaching. I say, if I was you. You know, so they call my hand bole. Me, plantain hand, bole hand. Ha, this girl has suffered in this life. So, well, the scar, this one is from hot water as a child. When I was like 5, I was going to mix, we had a domestic help at the time, but I was going to mix hot water to get a shower in the evening. So I had put the hot water and I was mixing it. Then my sister didn't know my hand was still there, or she didn't calculate well. So she started pouring very hot water. And so as a drop touched me, my hand was still inside the water when she poured it. And I tried pulling my hand. So the attempt to even pull my hand meant that I got more direct contact. And so if you see how my skin rolled like yoga mat, so that's how I got this. But luckily it was well handled by a certain doctor. And no scar, no keloids, that's what it's called, right? But for scars, so at least if you're looking for me, tell them. Then there's this other one and a few others here that I got from candle burn. Not candle burn, my mattress caught fire. God has been saving this girl in this life. Oh, I was reading for WAEC, FGC, Federal Government College, correct me. I was reading. I had, what subject did I have the next day? And I ended up making an A in that subject, sea life, even though I wrote with my left. So I was reading, then I slept off and I had this candle on. So it burned completely and then melted and my phone caught fire and I was sleeping. I woke up, boom! That's what I did, and all the foam stuck to my hand all over, and I didn't even feel the pain till I had doused the flame and people had woken up, you know, bucket of water from under my bed and everything. In fact, we had our reunion, FGC reunion last year, and yes. And I remember, well, it was you that reminded me, a particular friend said, "Hi, remember that your phone, this is where your phone got," but I'm like, "Chai, this is my corner." So yeah, that's how I got the scar, and I used to be uncomfortable about it before, but these days, I really don't care. They've called me bole hand. What again do you want to call me? And then I have this one that says, how many good friends do you have from Akinyele? I have quite a number of good friends. I don't have so many friends. You know, there are acquaintances, you know, people that you know, the hello, hi, different categories, but good friends. And my mind is telling me, you asked this question, Akinyele. You asked this question because you were hoping I would include you. You are not one of my very good friends. Just know it. But to answer the question, there's no, I don't have a figure to it. I don't have a figure to it, but I have quite a number of good friends, both male and female. Quite a number, but not too many. Some of these things some people know. Some might be coming as news to some. But yeah, like I said, sometimes we want to just share so that when I become minister or president, you don't now start saying, so what is happening? I'm telling you myself now. All my secrets, I'm already sharing them here. So nothing left in the closet. Then if you become minister, you see, he's in the spirit. If you become minister, if you become the minister in charge of tourism today, this is from Kingsley U. If you become minister of tourism today, what will be your first capital project? Let me see. Your first capital project. My first capital project will be to revamp things, to get things to work, to clean out like all things that haven't been working, whether they are human beings or processes or structures. Clean out, we need to start on a clean slate. What's working can keep going. But like you said, minister, meaning Nigeria, meaning government right now, right? There's not so much to brag about, sadly, but if I were to become minister, I would do a lot of cleaning. I'll do a lot of revamping. I'll do a lot of rearrangement, restructuring. A lot of that will happen because it's forward ever. It's forward ever, you know? So how best can we raise the tourism quotient of Nigerian tourism? This is from N. Lewis. How best can we raise the tourism? By making me minister. Let me become minister first. Then you see how that tourism quotient. See grammar. You're too much, yo. You'll see how that tourism quotient will be raised. I said, ask me anything about me, myself. What do you want to know about me? You're not asking me, how will I know? Why do we have visa restrictions? Well, I want to believe both countries in question. When you say restrictions, are you saying, okay, well, it's clear enough. The countries in question have unsettled issues, or they haven't come to an agreement. That's really what it is. And if you're asking questions like why don't we have things like visa on arrival, etc., it still goes down to agreement. Yeah, things have to be sorted for that to happen. What's your secret of looking ever gorgeous? It's not a secret. It's not really a secret. But if it were to be a secret, I'll not come and tell you. Okay, but really, secret for looking ever gorgeous. Thank you for the compliment. I see the compliments first. Secret for looking ever gorgeous. Good food. Be happy. Exercise. Laugh. You know, laugh. Not just not at people, at yourself too. Laugh at situations. Don't be too serious. I've been accused of being too serious, but those who know me know I am a clown, right? I've been accused of, no, it's not seriousness. I am serious with whatever work I have to do and when I have to do it. Like, it's almost difficult to distract me. I get distracted sometimes, but it's usually almost difficult to get me distracted. So, and yeah, but outside that, that's a great secret. It keeps you ever young, at least in the heart, even if all the stressors of the world affect you on the outwardly. Inside you always look young and happy. And so yeah, make yourself happy. Find what makes you happy. What was your most challenging moment that led to your fountain of blossom? Fountain of blossom? Am I blossoming? Okay, thank you first. Again, I see some compliment there, but when you say fountain of blossom, we've not blossomed. The blossom is like this, like that flower, right? We're here right now. To blossom means no, my darling, we haven't even scratched the surface. This is where in the budding stage, like the initial, this is like warming up, right? So, but if you're asking what challenge led to it, I believe that's the question. What challenge led to it? I wouldn't call it a challenge, but let me bring it down to, if you're saying, I'm assuming you are someone who has gotten to know me in the last maybe 1-2 years. If that's the case, and this is the Ebele you know, the Ebele you've known in the last 2 years is as a result of a point in my life while working as an employee. I said, you know what, I think I've put in enough time here, one. And at this point, I mean, you come to that realization when you just realize you're being underpaid is not the word, but I mean, people pay you what they value you. So if you think this is what my value is, that's what you pay me. And irrespective of what that value is, I mean, to me. So if I'm clear that this is not what I am worth any longer, then it's at that point you say, okay, I think I'm done with this, right? So, but for those in paid employment, don't just jump out because, oh, Ebele just said when you're done. You have to have an exit strategy. You have to be sure you've done your part. You have to be sure you're ready, right? Remember, in working for people, you're also working for yourself, in that you're developing skills, you're developing experience, you're learning. Even if you're not okay with the organization, at least you know how not to run an organization, right? So there's always something to learn. So bear that in mind. But yeah, that's what has brought me here. But like I said, this is by no means blossoming for me. I am becoming the blossom, the flower will blossom, and we all will. And that's my prayer for all of us, really. Okay, so that came from Ice Blue. What are the main factors to be considered when venturing into online marketing? Whoa, Kingsley, me, online marketing, considered now. Well, I'll just direct you. Go and see the video I did on social media elegance. That might help you, because it's true that I start social media elegance, but it takes it beyond just social media. And hey, social media happens online, right? So that might help you for marketing, for branding, for positioning, whatever it is whatever name you want to give to it. But I believe that would help you a great deal. And what do you think will evolve? What do you think will evolve as the new normal in tourism and exhibitions after COVID-19 pandemic? Well, after all of this, I believe, whether we want to accept it or not, the world has changed. Things will never come back to exactly what they were. I mean, we're already seeing those differences. We're already seeing those changes. So it would be wise for everybody to adapt to that change, even though humans are naturally very averse to change, but move with it, otherwise the world will leave you behind. In tourism, for example, large gatherings might become almost non-existent. Not right now. I mean like right now, not forever, of course. But even when it all comes back, it will never really be the same. For example, World Tourism Day, it was Lagos State government that did a hybrid show. That's the first. That's the first. You know, so those are some things that I believe will change going forward. Again, countries have started looking inward. So that's something that will always now be. Domestic tourism is going to thrive now. That is a welcome development. So if there's something to be thankful to COVID-19 for, it is helping us develop our own. It's about time. And so that's something that I believe even COVID, if it totally disappears, which we doubt, I mean, we have to learn to live with it, will happen. So yeah, and it even got more serious by the time international restrictions were placed on flights. International flights were restricted. That helped. Everyone started looking. Again, I cannot speak of this bit without also mentioning and recognizing the effort. There might be someone that's doing amazing, but I can only speak for what I'm sure of and what I've experienced and what I've seen. Okay, Niger 7 Wonders, again, the brainchild of Ambassador Ebelechukwu. Fantastic. Domestic tourism has to thrive. Let's look inward. And it's the same thing with even human beings. You know, you hear when the desired is not available, the available becomes the desired. That's the truth. So sometimes those things we're looking for outside are right here within us. So let's even bring it to our own selves. Some of those things you're looking for people to do for you, hold on a minute. Sometimes just breathe in, relax, shut your eyes. Take a day, take a week, take a month, retreat, do something. And just look inward. You'll find it. It's in you. Believe me, it is in you. It's and in then, you. Why did you start YouTube? I've always wanted to see. I've always said to myself, in this life, if I'm gonna eat, like what will put food on my table will be something I do with my mouth. It will be something. This mouth will have to bring me food, and that's I had always realized this from a very young age. For a long time, I've always known this. So it wasn't even a surprise that I ended up in telecommunications, where I spent 12 and a half years before moving on to WABIO, to setting up my own company and working here for myself, and you know. So I always knew. So I mean, that was the job I started off with, and my first post NYC job. That's what I should say, because before then I had worked in a bank, I had worked in Nigerian breweries, but first job was with Globacom. And trust now. Good morning. My name is Ebele. How may I help you? Do you know how many times I said that thing in my life? I won awards upon awards for number of calls, best quality assessment, but because my mouth is typewriter, you know. But over time, especially when I became a trainer, I had to, you know, slow the pace. But it still works in my favor sometimes now when they say, okay, sorry, we only have 1 hour for this training. I'm like, 1 hour. So you can fire on, but you're sure you're not losing anyone, because you don't want that as well. So yes, I've always known my mouth is what will bring my money, really. I remember those days, even when I while on the job, you hear people calling, customers are calling. I started off in a postpaid call center. Customers are calling and say, you should actually be in radio. I'm like, let I didn't catch you. So I should leave you and go to radio. Say, yeah, you have a good radio voice. So it all circled. In school, some will say, you should be a lawyer. And we know lawyers. They have to defend their clients, So people will probably think I'm a lawyer, or I studied mass communications and then acting. So I've always been comfortable in the camera. I mean, from a young age, I would be speaking to myself in a mirror. There's nothing. I've acted movies. I've done things. I've written storybooks. I've created uncreated. In front, I will even write a storybook and now do as if I'm launching the book. You know, so that was me. But it's not a regret. But I've always also liked, like I said, if you like being in front of the camera, it also means that you won't mind acting. And I really didn't mind. But some of those things you finally just give up when you get married. Because my husband was like, auntie, acting, no way. So for me, I wanted my voice to be heard, right? And I wanted a platform to share that voice. And which is even what took me in the first place to competing in the Mrs. Nigeria United Nations pageant, which I won. And I represented Nigeria in Kingston, Jamaica, and won Mrs. Tourism United Nations World, right? I wanted a platform I wanted a bigger audience. I had something to say. I had a message. I have a message. And I knew I needed that message and that voice to be heard. And so during lockdown, with the energy I had, plenty supply of energy, I always wanted to do YouTube. I mean, I had started thinking about it maybe 2 years ago, but I never really got around to it because of time, you know, work, trying to build my business, which right now I don't even understand because of this COVID that has taken how many months, but those asking for rent are not even joking at all, you know. So it's not easy, this life, you know. So I've always wanted to do that. So during lockdown, I had time, I had the energy. hello. And then you have a voice. So I just said, okay, let's do this. And you know, like I said before now, which is also another lesson. When you want to do something, just do it. You see, Nike just said, just do it. Don't think too much about it. If this YouTube should have been at least 2 years old or 3 years old, right? But it wasn't, because every time I was saying, I'm not ready, which is also a perfectionist thing, which I'm working on. Another weakness which I'm working on, right? No, it has to be like this. I need a camera. I need a perfect this. I need, Our house used to be off-white, like the color was off-white. I said, no, I can't use off-white for YouTube. No, it has to be white. It got painted white. And so I do now. No, there's no perfect set. I need, no, these chairs are not. Hey, madam. So during lockdown, I finally said, Ebele, get serious. No pity party around here, okay? You're not going to work. There's no WABIO. There's nothing. It was even later in the course of the the lockdown that I started having my training engagements, because everything was down. All the angles of the business I do. I mean, nobody's inviting you to come and compare any event. There were no events. Nobody's inviting you to come, and you can't even write to any company to say, okay, let me train your people. No company will even call you, Ebele, can you do this training for my team? Why? They are looking for how to even sustain the team. They're trying to cut down on number of staff. So nobody was doing that. Tourism was on the ground, right? It's only beginning to awake, you know, and we thank God for that. That was on the ground too. And then makeup, my day-to-day, everyday, you know, which is attached to my office, of course. Okay, I'm actually in my office right now. This is a part of my office. My desk is over there. So the makeup in the studio was out. Nothing was happening there. Why? People have to have events to do makeup now, right? And even those that want to do magic photo shoot and everything, everybody's doing social distancing, everybody's staying away. Nobody wants you in their home. I won't even go to the home anyway. So everything was down. But I also knew I didn't understand the language of, hey, life, So I said, girl, you got to do something. And that's how YouTube started. And that's how we're here. And this video should have come maybe as my first video, who knows? But hey, we're here 26 days, 26 videos later. So I said, Ebele, just do this. It took a lot of courage. I'm not even gonna lie to you. It took a lot of courage to actually share part of me, you know, to the world. And you know, as YouTube is, as with anything you put out there, really, it's gonna be here another 10 years, another 20 years, long after I'm gone, probably, long after my children are gone. So you just never know. So I said, you know what? That voice you want to share, put it here. Just put it here. You never know who you can reach. Those things you want to teach, those experiences you want to share, bring them here. You might be inspiring somebody. You might be helping someone. Basically, you're making the world a better place. I don't want to be just a figure, and I don't want it to be that way for any one of us, right? Especially if you're listening, and especially if you're subscribed to my channel, especially if you will subscribe now. If you haven't subscribed yet, we won't just be a mere part of the numbers in this life. We won't just be mere statistics. We won't just be we came, we saw, we almost conquered. We came, we saw, we conquered, we contributed, we made impact, we were counted for something. Our prints will remain indelible long after we are gone on the sands of this earth. And when we go up there to give account for the talent God has given us, we will not be found wanting. And that is the prayer. That is the prayer for all of us. That's the prayer for me, and that's the prayer I'm extending to you, especially if you subscribe now. If you're already subscribed, thank you for watching, and thank you for subscribing. So let me go to the next one. So that's really how YouTube was born. And so far it's been fantastic. And the support and what I'm learning every day on this YouTube. YouTube is just a fantastic platform. What is your nickname? Well, do I have a nickname right now? It's funny. Well, nickname, when I was younger, in secondary school, it used to be Spencer, after Frank Spencer. And as you can rightly guess, because everyone thought I was funny. Sometimes I look at myself and I'm like, why did people think did I tell you I once won the award of funniest girl in school? And I'm like, did these people look well? Me, funny? Or what? I mean, but yes, it's possible I used to be funny, and I used to tell stories. My mind has always been creative. I've always been I would create stories. I would make people laugh. You know, I think something like Uti. Who remembers Uti in Big Brother at that time? Was it Big Brother Nigeria or Big Brother Africa? On Uti, right? I remember Uti is a storyteller. Oh, sorry, was a storyteller. So anytime those days that when I used to watch him, I'm like, hey, I think I was like this in secondary school. I could talk. I could tell stories. I could, garnish things. Not with lies, like, make it, you know how you garnish a meal and make it more interesting. It's still a wholesome meal. So yes, nickname Spencer. That's what I used to be called then. I later started getting called E-girl. E-girl. The E there was what a lot of people thought was for Ebele. At first, it started off as Ebele in university. But when I started working in Globalcom and people picked it up and started calling me E-girl, the E there was no longer for Ebele. The E was for energy. I've been told, oh, I know actually. And a lot of people have seen, you have energy. Where do you get your supply from? So yes, the E there is energy girl because they say, you are on something. But I'm on nothing. Or me, ordinary alcohol. 5% like this, you perceive it anyhow. No. So that's that's what it is. So where did you grow up? I grew up in Abia State. Abia State, that's where I grew up. I was born in Enugu State, then I grew up in Aba until we moved to Lagos around 2000. Around 2000, we moved to Lagos in the year 2000 or 2001. Well, the early 2000s. So Blessing O says, what has been your greatest achievement so far? For me, I mean, considering the world we live in right now, I have 3 adorable children, and it's true that they have many more years ahead of them. They have many more, the future and what they would end up becoming is a long way from right now. But thus far, I believe I have done an amazing job with them. And it's not just me, it's God who even gives the ability in the first place. They have a fantastic family, extended family, of course. But so far, bringing it down to me and what I believe I've done, I believe so far this will count as my greatest achievement amongst several other things. But when I get everything I get in this life and I come back home and look at my children and they haven't turned out right, I have a feeling it will break my heart. My oldest child is 12. I mean, by next month, my oldest child will be 12. And the youngest one is 8. So I just feel that so far, you know, looking at them, their level, the conversations they have, the values I already see they have imbibed. They didn't just pick that up. So sometimes I just pat myself on the back, even though it's not every time you want to, you know, tell yourself, you give yourself accolades. But sometimes you also pat yourself on the back. Women, sometimes we should just give ourselves that pat on the back. So for me, that will count as my greatest achievement thus far. And I do pray that it will many things will surpass it. But like I said, if I achieve everything and my children turn out wrong or my family is a total mess, then I think I'll be a very unhappy woman, even if I don't show it. Christiana CE, are you serious? What is life? Life is life. All right? Life is where we live. Life is what separates us from life. Auntie, where is my glasses now? The word. Okay, so life is beautiful. Life is where we live. Life is love. And that's what life is. Okay, what's your... okay, so this one came from my mom. What was your mom's and dad's mood when you were delivered safely at the University Teaching Hospital, Enugu, that beautiful evening some years ago? This is my mom and question, so she's not even know the question. Remember that their mood resulted in that name, Ebelechukwu, that you were given immediately you were born. My mom of life. Mom, I hail you. So they just asked what was their mood. Was I there? How will I know your mood? But I can imagine from what you've told me and what I now know, you were elated, you were happy, as most parents would be at the arrival of a bundle of joy. So you were very happy, and yes, you called me Ebelechukwu, and as you've always told me, that's because I'm the second child of the home, and my brother came through CS, and it was a tough delivery, so to speak. And then I came, and boom, I came like okra soup. She was like, whoa, the baby's out already? And there's, Ebelechukwu, like God's mercy, God is fantastic, God is awesome. So that's how I got the name Ebelechukwu. And maybe that's why I'm always merciful to people. I'm always merciful. People that know me know I'm merciful. Or if I mean you, if I mean you. How's life as a CEO? This is from Stella O. Stella asked, life as a CEO is interesting. Life as a CEO is heavy. And by heavy, I mean you have a lot on your shoulders. Your responsibilities are real. You know what I mean? Yes, it goes beyond the title. I mean, as an employee, towards the 30th or 31st of the month, you start getting very excited. Your own is, oh yeah, have they paid? Has ego landed? Like we used to say in where I used to work as an employee. But as a CEO, when it starts approaching that time of the month, you you're like, ah, you know, because now you're going to be paying bills, you're paying rent, you're paying salaries. There's just so much, which is why I said life as a CEO is heavy. But will I go back to being an employee, or do I prefer the life of an employee over the life of a CEO? No, I'll do this over and over again. Matter of fact, I resigned 2 years ago from Globalcom as a training specialist, right? But if I were to say, if I had my way, if I had to go back, I should have resigned long ago. But again, every second spent there, all the seconds spent there, all the time I spent there, have all come together into what part of my journey or part of my story as CEO now. So to answer the questions, CEO's life is an interesting life. And hey, if you need to join us, if you're not already, I mean, hop on it already. But I keep telling people, you also garner experience by being an employee. So when your time is done, you know your time is done, right? You move on to something else. As a CEO, I still have headache, the same level of headache I was having as an employee. When I say headache, I mean, okay, physically, so to speak. And then it was me living, contributing to the actualization of someone else's dream, right? While also gathering skill and experience myself. So, but now I am achieving my own dreams. I'm working towards achieving my dreams, which is why we also have people who work under us, so that they also learn some of those skill sets that will help them in continuing on the path of achieving their own dreams. So how old are you, and what is your middle name? This is from Chineye AC. Chineye, I know Chineye, you know I know you very well. Why will you be asking me how old am I? Don't you know how old I am? Don't you know? Okay, so this is what we're going to do. First, my middle name, let me answer that. Chinelo is my middle name. I mentioned it earlier, but Chinelo is basically, it means God is thinking of me. Chinelo, like God is thinking for me. Yes, and he truly always thinks for me. So Chine, that's it. And then as for how old am I, let's do this, eh? Come on, do women even answer that question in public like this? Auntie, how old are you? I mean, if you ask me ordinarily, I might be. But like I said, I'll respond to every question. And if I really want to go funny, this is a response. Like, well, how old do you think I am? But like I said, I will share how old I am. But let's do this. Put what age you think, how old you think I am in the comment section. If you get it correctly, if you get it correct, I will admit that yes, that's correct. But just know I'm not a youth. Okay? So yes, that should help. That youth part should help. So Chine, I'll see you after this video. Okay. Then Samson A says, will you be mine? Oga. Honorable. You know I know you. I know this one. I know this person. So will you be mine? It depends, right? What do you mean by will you be mine? Will I be mine as per should I be yours as per friends, or what exactly? Mine as per your uncle, you did not even explain well. But if you mean mine as per love, that kind of mine. Where is Mr. Enemchukwu? He will help me answer you. Okay, so we're friends already, and that's as fantastic as it can get. Okay, so okay, no, I've answered that one. Who is bankrolling you, ma'am? This one is from Adedeji. Hey, people of this life. Who is bankrolling me? Are you serious? How dare you ask me that question? Who are you to ask me who is bankrolling me? You, who is bankrolling me? Who is bankrolling you? Are you? Don't let me use any swear word on you now. What nonsense. Do you know who I am? Do you know how long I've been on this earth? Do you know my resume? Have you seen my resume? What rubbish. Okay, speaking seriously. Bankrolling me. Who is bankrolling me? I don't want to sound cliche and say, nah, God, oh. My husband bankrolls me. I bankroll myself. My family bankrolls me. My children don't bankroll me. But I also have fantastic people who have been super supportive. See, before now, people have been awesome. You know, they said when you give, you get in return. And I remember those times I used to say, every Christmas I'll be buying things for people, buying. And I look and I say, how many? Yeah, is nobody remembering me? You know, sometimes my husband will tell me, I will save you from yourself. Every Christmas you see me, every birthday I keep remembering people. They're like, how many? Oh yeah, I can't see your own. And so sometimes I also feel people who feel, this one, she doesn't need it. Wicked people. Who told you I don't need it? But for bankrolling, people have been super supportive. And I'm saying that even more now, since I started doing YouTube 5 months ago, almost 5 months. Okay, about 5 months now. People have been super supportive. I mean, somebody looks at a video and says, wow, I received value from this. Man, how do you do this? And then small engagement, the next thing, okay, please, they're even begging, please, is it okay to send, is it okay, please send your account details so I can pay for your data for this week or for this month. I'm like, is it okay, okay? People of the world, it's the sweetest thing in this life, not when someone says, may I have your account details? If lie to me now and tell me that you've ever declined account, that is, it's music to the ears, right? No, of course I know in some situations where you know that this one is like selling your soul, you might still decline. But ordinarily, the sound of, you pick up your phone, may I have your account details? What? Of course I'm sending it to you right now. Say, okay, when you have time, I have time now. Uncle, wait, auntie, wait, let me send the account details. It is music. Or you now hear the sound of background. You know there are two types of alert, not the debit. When you get credit alert, it gives joy to the spirit. And tell me, oh my Igbo girl, I agree. You like money, I love it. But I also love to work for it. And so if I'm getting a bonus, like, hello. So that's how I'm being bankrolled at DDG. I believe I've answered that question. What is the government doing towards developing tourism in Nigeria? Omotosho asked this question. Omotosho? Okay. I'm doing a video, allow me. So, what's the government doing? I ordinarily would have just said nothing, but that might be taking it extreme, right? So I'll just say, I don't know, but I can tell you I know what private individuals are doing. I know what a few people in government are doing, but I would say to a large extent in personal capacity, right? Because they're just fantastic and they don't know how to do anything else than to do it well, right? But I can tell you what some awesome individuals are doing on their own. I mean, take Aquab Africa Travel Market, for example. Of course, you saw that coming, for those who know me. It is an amazing platform, and Mr. Ikechukwu, or Ambassador Ikechukwu, has been doing amazing in the world of tourism, not just at home, but beyond. So for what the government is doing, that's question for the gods. Okay, moving on very swiftly. I have, this one says, when will COVID-19 come to an end? Are you serious, darling? When will COVID-19 come to an end? I have no idea. The truth is, I do not know when COVID-19 will come to an end. And even if it comes to an end, I mean, coming to an end is not even such a thing. It's like asking when will malaria come to an end? When will a common cold come to an end? No such thing. It's here and it's here to stay. So we've got to learn how to live with it. We've got to learn how to manage it. And thankfully, vaccines are in the making. But hey, who heard what I heard? That Africa is likely to get the vaccine. I mean, assuming we don't produce it ourselves, who says we can't? But the ones coming from the abroad, that we are likely to get it somewhere around mid-2021. When I heard that on CNN, I wanted to puncture, I don't know if it's the television or the news anchor, the broadcaster, correspondent, yeah, well, one of them. So that's when COVID-19 will come to an end. I really have no idea. And you and that question, be careful. Who asked this question? Christy. Be careful. Okay. Then this one says send me your ATM card and PIN. It is not a question, it's a request. I said ask me question, no, I didn't say make a request. But even if you could rephrase this to become a question, send me your ATM card and PIN. No, ma'am, I can't do that. It will be hard to do. Eh? So, and this is by Bebog. Sure. Hey, Bebog. Okay, then we have, can you avail me the template for tourism product package? Avail you the template for tourism product package. Let me understand this question. Hold on, guys. Avail me the template for tourism product package. Template. Oh, look at Carnival Calabar now. Abi, that's like a template. It's working. It's something working in tourism. There's a consultant. There are different consultants. Mr. Ambassador Ikechukwu can avail you that. I mean, if you want a consultant, right? So, template for tourism product package. You just do your own thing. Package something, put it together, and that's the template now. But like I said, there are so many things that are already working here, and that could serve as a template. If you mean this question, can I avail you? Avail you how now? Okay, this one came from Lewis. Lewis, well done there. Well done. Okay, and I have, how do we make money in COVID? This is from Ahmed N. So, how do you make money in COVID? Well, you can take a business online. For example, you can digitize it. I mean, for how many months? It was basically no physical contact or restricted physical interactions. And what that naturally meant was everything else, as we all saw, thanks to Zoom, Microsoft Teams, what have you, started going online. And this is to further add to such platforms that were already running and were more popular even before COVID. But yes, so to make money online, to make money during COVID means look for ways, especially if your business is one that usually was thriving on physical interaction. So now you might have to think outside the box and see how you can also merge some physical interaction with some non-physical interaction, right? So let me see. That's the end of the questions. So that's the end of the questions, and yeah, thank you everyone who sent in questions, and thank you for watching. And now you know me a little more, so I would simply say remember to catch up with some other videos I've done in the past. I'm going to link some here for you, so go ahead and watch them, and do not forget to subscribe, and do not forget to like this video and leave a comment. The thing with YouTube is it is only when you leave a comment that I will know you visited. That's the truth. So for some people, they think, okay, let me like Ebele's video. Please like it. I really need those likes too. They work, they help as well. Okay, we're building something here, so please work with me. So you do a like and you watch. YouTube just says somebody liked, somebody. The only time they mention you, and I really see that indeed you came as you said you would, is when you leave a comment. So go ahead and leave a comment and subscribe. Thank you. Cheers.